It's a black screen right now because I want y'all to know that I want you to like the video and leave a comment. And I will be talking about nothing but spoilers. So if you never watched the show yet, don't watch yet. Just like the video and move on. All right. What's going on, everybody? Chilling. So I'm going to do a little breakdown and a thought video of what I thought about Game of Thrones Season 8. We all know that George R.R. Martin left the show after Season 4. Season 1 through 4 were like perfect. It was basically perfect to me because like the writing and it's your baby, so you're on set and you want it perfect, right? 5 and 6, they still had source material, but George R.R. Martin wasn't on the set. Those girls, the Sand Snakes, were like terrible to me. I did not like them at all. I didn't like the High Sparrow. Those were my only two gripes for the first 6 seasons, like the Sand Snakes and the High Sparrow. Sorry, I got like a cold right now and allergies and all that. All right, 7, it was an okay season, but you could tell it was rushed and they didn't really have book material. It's like, I'm thinking George R.R. Martin was like, okay, he dies. This episode, he dies. This episode, he dies. This happens. I think that's what material they had for Season 8. I don't think they just came up with their own, their own thing. Maybe they did, who knows? But this shows that these directors, they're called D&D. I don't know their real names. They're not good storytellers. They're not I heard they were like rushing this project so they could move on to like Star Wars or something like that and get more money on, with their awesome work, because they do awesome work. Their cinematography is great. Their director skills is great. I'm just a watcher. I don't know how to film. I don't know how to edit. Well, I do know how to edit, but I don't know all that shit that they know. But the director, the way they direct is awesome. Everything is awesome, but their storytelling. Like, episode 1, Winterfell, was like, all right, boom. It was a given. Episode 1, I thought it was a solid episode. I didn't think it was like garbage or anything. Episode 2, everybody rejoicing and all that stuff. I thought that was solid. Really thought that was solid. But episode 3 is where some of the writing could have been better. Like, you know what I mean? Some of the writing could have been better. We all know that the Night King probably was the only one that could fight. A lot of the viewers are like, oh, why his henchmen didn't fight and didn't know how to, didn't get into any action. There wasn't any action for the henchmen, his soldiers, the White Walkers, but he's the Night King and the White Walkers. Not the whites, they're just the zombies and skeletons and shit. But the White Walkers, they were babies. They never been trained to fight. So I understand all of that, right? So the Night King, he's allegedly a Stark. He's probably the only one. He was highborn, and he's probably the only one that could fight. So the Night King dies super easy to Arya. I loved his death, to be honest. I loved that. But when it would have been too cliche for Jon to kill him, right? So remember when the Night King was walking and Jon was running behind him, and then the Night King turned around and just raised the dead? Why didn't they let him and Jon fight for like a second? Like that would have made the episode be so much better. Jon swing his sword. The Night King dip it. Boom. The Night King swing his sword. Jon blocks that shit. Bing! The Night King surprised, like the other White Walker that tried to kill him when Jon blocked his shit. The Night King surprised. Jon, the Night King surprise, and then Jon swing his sword again. The Night King block it, then kick the shit out of him. Boom. Kick him halfway across. Boom. He's strong as fuck. Kick him. Boom. Jon's fucked up. Then he raised the dead. See how much better that scene would have been? Like that part of the scene would have been? He raised the dead and then just start walking again. How much better would that scene been if that happened? Basically, him and Jon getting a little scuffle. He blocked Jon strike, kicked the shit out of Jon halfway across the map because he probably know Jon will whip his ass, but he's stronger. Kick Jon, cross the map, then he raises the dead, then walks off. Then people would have been like, oh, that would have been way better than just raising the dead. Although that was decent too, but it was some bitch shit. Raise the dead, walk off. That made the scene much better. And it's not like they didn't have time to just do that. Storytelling. My storytelling is better than those guys, man. Okay, he walk off, boom, and then that happened at the end. Arya, boom, boom, boom. I love the ending, to be honest. Okay. So the next episode was a bad episode. Like Daenerys, they win the war. Daenerys is talking, and they're all talking, and Daenerys is like, "Yo, I'm going to King's Landing right now. I'm going to King's Landing right now." They have no respect for time in this season and in the last season either. Like everything is fast. Like when Gendry ran back to the wall for the Night's Watch, they took 3 days walking. I'm exaggerating. I don't know how long they took, but they took 3 days walking to find a white. But Gendry ran back to the wall in 3 minutes. Sent a raven to Daenerys and then she flew over. She got there in 15 minutes. No respect for time. You're at Dragonstone, then you flew. All right, okay. Back to the next episode, episode 4, right? They could have just saved Missandei's death, which I predicted that Missandei, Varys was going to die, and Missandei. I predicted both of those in one little message on Facebook. Episode 4, they could have saved Missandei's death for a critical part for episode 5, right? Episode 4 was just rushed and blah, blah, blah. And then they wanted to cap it off with chopping Missandei's head off with the mountain, right? So that was a bad episode. We're going to go to episode 5, all right? The war is won. The war is won. The cinematography was great. I got a lot to talk about, like with Arya running around and getting almost burnt and like almost killed. I know what they were trying to go. I know what they were trying to do there. They were trying to let people see Arya almost dying, seeing how crazy Daenerys is, and and they wanted to let us think Arya's gonna kill Daenerys because she almost killed her 100 times and she was killing innocent people. That's what they wanted us to think. I know what they was going for that. I knew Arya wasn't gonna kill Daenerys also. So Arya's running around King's Landing looking like a Stark with a sword and a dagger, and no one attacks her. Not one soldier is around to attack her at all. No fight. Then Jaime and Cersei, right? At the same, this could have made this scene even better. At the same exact time, Arya almost gets burnt. She runs around a corner, rolls, or does she do something? And then it cuts to Jaime and Cersei, right? They get trapped in a room. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, they're geniuses. They're doing it. I thought Arya was going to stumble into that room, finding cover from the dragon fire, and then see Cersei and Jaime Lannister. And then even if she was about to kill Cersei or kill Jaime and Cersei, and then the rocks fell on them, and then we would have been like, oh, it would have been a way better death than just nothing and the rocks falling on them. No Arya, nothing. So Arya just was a waste of time being in there. And why I say a waste of time, because in the next episode, she didn't tell Jon anything about that. It was no emphasis on why they did that. Like, why was Arya running through King's Landing, almost getting burnt, if they're not going to talk about it the next episode? Just like when she was going back to Winterfell and she saw Nymeria. The wolves. We're wolves. We're still alive. I'm still alive. I'm Nymeria. What was the point? If they wasn't gonna show her, I'm like, they're gonna bring back Nymeria and Ghost and all that to help with King's Landing. The wolves are coming back. They didn't even fucking show the wolves, man. Nymeria didn't. What was the point of bringing Nymeria back? Oh, Nymeria, it's me, girl. This is season 7, not season 8. Well, if y'all watch Game of Thrones, y'all know what I'm talking about. Right? So this is why I say they should have saved Missandei's death. Because the war is won, and then Daenerys is just on Drogon. And then says, you know what? Let me start burning innocent people. Just, for real. For real. And then I want to talk about I don't know what just happened. I look at my recording, it looked like it was fucked up. But she just started burning innocent people for no reason, right? Why didn't they kill Missandei in that same episode so it could be fresh in her mind after they kill Missandei? That's when she goes crazy and kills everybody. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that make more sense with the Mountain killing Nymeria? She's boom, boom, boom. She's fighting. She's killing the soldiers. Daenerys killing the soldiers and stuff. And then looks up and the Mountain got Nymeria. The Mountain got Nymeria. The Mountain got Missandei. Like, yo, we will kill her if you don't surrender, if y'all don't retreat. And then Daenerys, like, just looking, and then they just say, fuck it, and then kill Missandei. Then Daenerys said, you know what? I'm tearing everything up. Wouldn't that make more sense? Like how am I making these episodes better than the writers? Then Daenerys and Drogon, right? This is going back before that when Daenerys went to King's Landing the first time and Euron just shoots the dragons out of the sky. Boom, he's no-scoping them. He ain't even aiming. Boom, he killed one dragon. Boom, two shots into the other dragon. Not Viserys. It's Drogon, Viserys, and Rhaegar. Rhaegar. Yeah, you shoot 2 arrows in Rhaegar, right? So when the war comes, Drogon coming, he's telling a soldier to shoot. Shoot now! Like, why aren't you aiming at Drogon? If you're the best aimer in the world, you fucking... Such bad writing. And it's not George R.R. Martin's fault. It's these idiots. Them 2 dudes are terrible storytellers, right? Then Jaime Lannister, he turned over a new leaf just to go back to Cersei. Like, what? What? To die in rocks. Such waste of character. We kind of knew Daenerys was going to be the Mad Queen, you know? We all knew Jon was going to be the king. He deserved that payoff. He'd been handed shit his whole life, right? He always told the truth. But that's end of episode 5, blah, blah, blah. She burnt everybody. Everybody dies. Goes to episode 6. She comes out like Hitler. Boom. She's crazy. Boom. Great acting. Great fucking acting by her. By Daenerys. I forgot her name. Great fucking actress. She was playing that role wide-eyed, looking in Jon's eyes, and yo, she's a beast at acting, man. She's a great actress. And she come out like Hitler, this and that. And Jon kills her, right? Jon kills her. This is the beginning. They could have saved this to like near the end, man. Because Jon could have killed her. Because we know Jon is this Ned Stark. Jon is basically Ned Stark. He never lies and this and that. But guess what? Ned Stark told one lie. And that's to save Jon Snow's life, Aegon Targaryen. He told that one big lie to change the world, basically. He wanted to save a Targaryen king, right? Jon Snow is Ned Stark, basically. He doesn't lie at all, right? He doesn't lie. So he kills Daenerys. Drogon goes crazy because he knows he's a Targaryen. He can't kill Jon. So he burns down the Iron Throne. Like, fuck that throne, basically. That was fucking awesome. It was a sad scene. He picks Daenerys up and flies away. Nobody knows what happened. Nobody knew what happened. I just made the ending of Game of Thrones perfect. Nobody knew what happened. What Jon does is he probably told him he killed Daenerys. Why not lie there, Jon? They put emphasis on him not lying when they had that meeting with Cersei. Remember season 7? They had the meeting with Cersei, Daenerys. Everybody came and then he was like, I can't. I bent the knee already. I can't tell a lie. And they're like, why didn't you lie? So this one time at the end, why didn't he lie and say, yo, Drogon just flew away with her, man. I don't know what. Drogon went crazy, man. I know they heard Drogon going crazy. I know they didn't see what happened. Drogon went crazy. He fucking flew off with Daenerys, man. Then all of it would have came out. He's Aegon Targaryen, the throne, the this and that. Then Jon would have been the king. Then everybody would have been like, oh shit. Then the smart people would have been like, oh shit, Jon never lied. He lied this one time, just like Ned Stark. And see how I, a regular guy, jive turkey, just made Game of Thrones ending better. And it's a lot that I missed, like the Jaime Lannister and what's his name fight, you know, and him. I killed Jaime Lannister. It just was some bad writing, bad dialogue in this season and last season. It seemed rushed. It seemed like they just wanted to go to their next project, which is Star Wars or whatever. This is what I'm hearing. Seemed like they just wanted to get that shit over with. George R.R. Martin's books will be way better than this shit. But that's it. Don't forget to like it, leave a comment, and see y'all later. I'm out. Peace.